I always want the music to keep going. It gets me in the mood for a bit of a party, you know.
Yeah,
I always think, oh, no, the music stopped. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Wednesday night HeadUcation with myself and Mr. Paul Watts. We've got a few people saying hi already. Pia's in the house, Marissa's in the house, Karen J, Christos, Jess, Paul's beloved, AAVV, San Francisco, anxiously waiting. Thank you for joining us. And Jamie from Melbourne, Australia. And it must be, what's the time there now? It must be 6 a.m. on the dot. Am I right? 6 a.m. on the dot. And we've got Evelyn, and your mum. Big up the mum. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us, guys, on this what is feeling ever increasingly autumnal Wednesday evening here in the UK. And we've got my very good friend and fellow YouTube buddy going to be bringing us a fantastic salon friendly technique tonight. Paul, there she is. She's hiding in the background. So Paul did a poll, and he's just told me what he's going to do, but
very close. It
was very close. Look, 1% in it. 1% salon friendly Bob. We've got Joan in the house from somewhere that I can't pronounce.
Tuscarora.
Well done, Paul. Well done for saving me there. Jamie says it's 7 a.m. I thought it was earlier than that. Well, still pretty early, Jamie. So thank you for joining us. Lily from Morgan Hill, California. Welcome. We've got Michael Davis. You guys are having terrible echo. Jumbling of words.
Is there?
You've frozen, James. Hello, guys. Hippopotamus. All right, have I? Hold on a minute, team.
Hello. And Kentucky's in the house. Are we both? How are we? Just let us know in the comments, guys.
Right, let's see if that changed anything. And hello, Thea from Kentucky. Welcome. I don't know if that's improved anything. Please let me know in the comments if it looks better.
All good.
Or not. Okay. We've got, Joanne says, right. You got it right. The Tuscarora.
Yeah.
Your voice is fine. Thank you very much.
Better.
Better. Good. We've got Roman says, hey, Roman Craig. Welcome. Kerry Crosby. Welcome back, Kerry. It's been a little while. That's been, I don't know how long, but thank you for joining us. Sarah Jane, sorted. Perfect. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the shop. Thank you so much, Kerry. Yeah, loving it. It's been great. You know, having that space to create in has been dream come true. So yes, I am loving it. Thank you so much. And we've got Better from AAVV. So that's good. Sometimes we have these. I didn't go to the studio tonight. I was already at home when I came, and I thought, well, I'll just stay at home. But my internet in the studio is like way better than the internet here. So we've got about 25,000 devices attached to the internet at home. And of course, it blocked, the bandwidth is strangled by iPads and laptops and all that jazz at home. So never mind. That is life. I'm glad it's working better now. Anyway, Mr. Watts, how's your week been?
Not bad, mate. Wednesday, halfway through the week. It's all good, mate. All good. It's can't complain.
You in the salon? You in the salon this week?
Yeah. So in the salon Monday. Yesterday I was in the salon. We had a leak. We had a flood in the salon. There was a tap left on. So
good.
that was a nightmare. But all sorted. Been back in the salon today. I was in the salon, with clients 12 till 8. Now I'm with you, lovely lot. So
wow, busy, man. As always, nothing less, nothing more. Busy.
I'm feeling very tired. When we're talking about connection issues, and I think there's something going on. I'm not spiritual, but the nights are getting darker, and it's just, I don't know. Is the universe changing? But
I think I'm a little bit spiritual. I don't think I've ever accepted it, but I think psychologically I am. Yeah. I don't think feels a lot like verbally. I'm not sure I've ever accepted it. I mean, you know, I've been to church quite a lot in my life. Never really found what I was looking for, but yeah, I do have those vibes. I know what you mean. Good stuff. Right then. Well, Paul, by 1%, a salon-friendly bob shape. So, give us the rundown of what's going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm using first. So you can see the colour, and this is Passionberry. Joyco Intensity's Passionberry, and I really like the name Passionberry.
Yeah, it sounds edible.
It does, yeah. It's the Love Aura range. So this is Larissa Love. If you know Larissa Love, she's one of the Joyco US global ambassadors. So that's her range. And then I've just sectioned off, but I've wet it down with some water and luster lock because I love using a cutting lotion. Do any of you love using cutting lotions?
I'm a cutting lotion fanatic.
Yeah.
Pia says, I don't know how you do it. When do you see your families? Well, that's it. I shoehorn my family into two places in the day. Before school, 7 a.m. till taking them to school for about an hour and a quarter, and then from 6:30, 7 p.m. till 8. So I see them for 2 hours a day. My boys, and then my partner a little bit more than that, but not a huge amount more because she goes to bed way earlier than me. So, but I mean, I don't think you see Jess anymore, do you, Paul? She just lives in the house.
I do. Yeah, I see her. See her on Instagram. See what she's doing. She sends me the odd picture of Harry and see what he's doing. But yeah, no, she's like, well, recently she's got Ofsted in going into work, so she's like working all hours. So yeah, but normally when I get back from here, she'll be in bed, and then I wake up and she's off to work, and then I'll be off to work, and yeah, shift patterns and everything is just different.
Ships in the night.
It is, yeah. It is.
Always, says Roman Craig, with the cutting lotion question. Never heard of cutting lotion. What brand is it, please? Says Evelyn.
Oh, this is Joyco. So Joyco's colour therapy. I call it a Swiss Army knife because it literally does everything. Seals the cuticle, shine, conditions, levels, like everything. It's a multi-perfector. Says it all.
You can't drink it and you can't eat it and it won't do the dishes. But apart from that,
everything else.
Good stuff. So yeah, you've prepped it. You've used the edible sounding colour, Passionberry, and now you've applied some Swiss Army knife to it. And where are we at?
So sectioning pattern is. I didn't want. So when salon friendly bobs, I was going to do something really simple, which was just going to be a horseshoe and then just section through. But I thought I would give you a bit more sectioning so you can see. But it's just from where the hair sort of just before it meets the recession. So on the corner of the eyebrow. Let me just do that like there. So on that corner of the eyebrow, that's where those points meet. When this is going to be like the fringe, and I'm going to leave the fringe up to you guys. And then that is taken back to the high point of the head, which is through there. And then where we section off to the high point of the head to behind the ear, that just gave me those two sections through there. So from that point to there. And then at the back, we've done a deep V triangle section to just above. A occipital bone is there. It's about an inch above it. And this is going to be disconnected from here. But I'm going to be led by you guys tonight. So what do you want to see out of a salon-friendly bob? Because, graduated. I mean,
I'd like to see some graduation, guys. I don't know about you. You know, graduation's one of those techniques. There's lots of ways of doing graduation.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of got their own flavour. But it's also a very technical thing, isn't it? And difficult to let Paul know what you would like to see. We've got Eduardo from Brazil. Welcome, Eduardo. Thanks for joining us. Evelyn says, thanks a lot. Pia says, I want some Swiss Army knife. I think that is. Do you have any samples? Joyco, do you have some samples that we can share to our beautiful people?
Well, yeah, Joyco have got samples. We haven't got any samples, but I've just seen past my monitor. I'm going to be using a sleepover treatment, which is something you put in the hair, which works while you sleep, conditions the hair and everything. And I've got a sachet just behind the camera. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but I'll send it to somebody. James, you make up the rules while I'm working, but that's what we'll do.
Well, I think we should send it to Pia as she asked first. But if we can get any samples from Joyco, then we could just send them out, just because we love you guys, and you guys are so superb for joining us each and every week. So Kerry Crosby says, what level was the hair before you like that? That's what the hair was like before the cherry berry red. Graduation. We've got graduation, please, says Roman. Rio de Janeiro for Eduardo here. Perfect choice. Hobus Pobus, hippopotamus in my language. Graduation. Love a graduated bob, says your mum, because she's actually got one herself. There's no surprise. No. Graduation, please. Pia's bigging up Joyco, and Pia wants some graduation too. So I think we're looking at some graduation here, my mate.
Okay, mate. Cool. So lengthwise, if you quickly say where you want me to go, if you want me to go right bang on the hairline, an inch below.
We're going short grad, medium grad, long grad. What's the plan? Put short, medium, long. Let's vote.
Then we'll.
Is it like countdown?
I know we're on like a 5 second, 10 second delay, aren't we? So
of course we are. Yeah.
See them come in.
Short. We've got one short, one medium.
Okay. Currently doing hairdressing level 3. Short. I think we're going short, guys.
We're going short. We've got enough shorts there. Right. Sarah Jane says, currently doing hairdressing level 3 in the UK, learning how to personalize cuts. Hugely important. I don't know if you watch any of the videos where I talk about personalizing, Sarah, but you will know for a fact that I am superbly into it. I am massively into personalization and texturizing, and so is Paul. I think it's what defines us as professionals, and it separates us from the person next to us or the salon down the road, because ultimately, as much as we might work in a team or work for a salon, ultimately, obviously, we want to fill our own columns up first.
Can you all see okay?
We might want to come in just a fraction, Paul, just a smidge.
So all I'm doing is I've gone, 3/4 of an inch below the hairline for the length. So you can see just about an inch, if you can see. Do you want to pop me on big, James?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. I was just so busy talking rubbish.
Enjoying.
Well, I don't know about you when you sit there and watch me, but I really like sitting just watching people do hair. So when I'm watching you do this now, I find it massively therapeutic. I struggle to stay on the case with the comments because I just get absorbed by watching what you're doing.
No, same. It's so therapeutic just seeing somebody cut or just work with hair, really.
Yeah.
So I've done 3 sections so far, just bringing it straight down, and then I'm just cutting in a nice blunt line. And I've taken it up to the bottom of the deep V, because this is where I'm going to start graduating. And we're going to disconnect that deep triangle. I called it a D, didn't I? Oh, no, a V. Yeah. Don't ignore me.
Yeah. No, we won't ignore you, Paul, but we will just ignore that bit.
Yeah. Did I say D?
No, I don't know, mate. I actually didn't hear. I was mesmerised by the cutting action. Right. We've got Thea. Yeah, I'm going to say Thea.
Oh, Thyra.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, Thyra. Pia says the same. So, Paul, here's a question, right? You've taken 3 sections. You've worked up to the middle of the occipital bone there. Yep. Would you always cut in your perimeter first, then your graduation?
No, not always. I just basically I'm going to use my baseline here as my guide for my graduation on this instance. So I'm leaving these two clipped out of the way for a second. I'm going to put in a middle guide, and I'm going to use the bottom of that triangle so I know where I'm working. And
the names are really trying me tonight. We've got
Starula.
Cerula. And I'm not even going to try the surname. Mortin Opalu.
Yeah, there you go.
Mortin Opalu. Hello from Greece.
Hello. Right, so you can get it. So basically now I'm just going to pull it, and I'm pulling it straight out from the head. So it's coming out like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just creating the angle with my fingers. So you can see there. And then where I get, so there's my length there. But I'm just using, when I pull it straight out, that point there, which is the length.
At the bottom.
At the bottom, yeah. And then.
And so what sort of finger angle are you using there, mate?
Probably like 45 degree.
Lovely. Pia says, I'm saving money watching you two. No need to pay for an advanced course.
Oh.
That's what we're here for. And Sandy, hi Sandy, thanks for joining us. Sandy joined me last night on my Patreon live. I've actually I spent all day today cutting 2 graduated bobs on mannequin heads for my new academy courses. So I've been thinking about graduation now for about 3 days. Nice. So it's really interesting that you're doing graduation now. So when you're cutting the graduation, Paul, what are you thinking in terms of elevation of the hair? Obviously, we just discussed you've got that 45-degree finger angle. Yep. But, you know, when you're elevating the hair out from the head shape, are you holding the hair in a specific way too?
What do you mean in a specific way?
Well, what's the elevation? You've got a 45-degree finger angle, but what's the elevation of the hair?
So 90 degrees through there.
Yeah.
And it's all coming back. So it's not over directing to the middle, because we'd keep a lot of length around the perimeter here.
Yeah.
But we don't want there to be a gap here. So I'm just bringing it straight back to the previous guide. So the hair all comes out to the same point. So the hair will be sitting like that. So as if all of the hair was this comb, it all comes back from there. And then we just get a nice little graduated shape that will just tuck under. And then we know we're not going to end up with a gap here, because we've over directed back.
Love it. Nice, man. Right. Kalour's in the house. Hi, Kalour. Welcome.
Hello.
Kerry says she needs to catch up on Patreon. Definitely do. There's been quite a few probably since you last saw one. Julie P says, sorry I'm late. Hi all, don't be sorry, but welcome. Thank you for joining us. You haven't missed a huge amount. Paul's just done 3 sections of horizontal, 1 length, and he has cut the left-hand side of a short graduation on this salon-friendly bob shape. Have you got new courses now? So out of the loop. Nope, the new courses are coming hopefully before Christmas, and a whole new platform, Kerry, for everybody to move over to. A much more easy to use and better designed platform. So looking forward to launching that before Christmas. And we've got Sinead jumped in for the first time this evening. And are you directly behind e.g. body position, Paul?
I would be, yeah. But I'm trying to obviously help you guys see what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, my body position would be here. And for the left-hand side, I'll be bringing straight back. And then this side, straight back. And then straight back. And then straight back. And then hopefully you can already see that nice little graduated shape appearing.
Nice.
Now we're just going to drop these sections down. And we're going to blend those in. So we're just going to graduate those as well. So, do you find it quite daunting going from long? This is why I left the mannequin head quite long. Because do you find it quite daunting going from really long to short? Is it something that in salon you think, oh my God, or is it no sweat?
No sweat. I mean, it's a good question. I think there's a really good answer to it. So let's see what the guys say. Answer to that. But I think I know where you're going to go with this one, mate. And I'm definitely probably in the same camp with what you're about to say, preempting what you're about to say, to be honest. But yeah, let us know. Do you enjoy taking people's hair from long to short? And do you Thyra says no, exciting. Or is it something that you find like, no, the hair's so long, where am I going to go with this? How am I going to tackle all this hair?
What are you thinking, mate? What are you mind reading me using those?
I'm mind reading you on pre-sectioning.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, having that visual map of each section. You just take one section at a time and work on that section. And then the sheer volume of the hair becomes much less daunting. Yeah.
You read my mind.
No, terrified of cutting, says Kerry. Julie says, "Ooh, I get stressed. I'm always worried clients will have a change of heart."
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? I don't ever think like that. I always think, too late.
Yeah. You chose it.
Yeah. Sinead says she loves it, but not too many. Start again. Love it, but not too many let us use. Us students do it. Yeah, it's a bit tricky when you're in the training zone to get people that will let you cut all their hair off, but it will happen.
Yeah.
So if you love it already, then that's a good thing.
But you can also see the two guides that I've got. So I've got the guide from underneath. You guys can see that just dropping out there. And then also got that guide there. Hope you can all see that.
I can see it. Yeah, I'm sure everyone else can see it if I can see it. We've got Thyra says, "It will grow," which is very true. Trevor Sorby's one of his most famous quotes is, "The difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut is 6 months."
That's true.
That's very true. It's scary because you never know what they want. So I have to rapidly change plans. That does happen. I mean, that I've got a video on that where I was cutting a shag haircut on a client, and she sort of changes her mind, and I'm cutting off quite a lot of hair. It's really funny on that particular video, the amount of people that have left comments saying, "You don't need to cut that much hair off to create that haircut."
Oh, really?
Yeah. It makes me laugh every time when I get that comment. I'm just thinking, well, how much hair do I need to cut off then to create a shag? I'm not really sure. Now you've confused me. Roman says, not really. I think, as you're saying, mapping out to find your way, which is exactly what we were saying. Yeah. Mother-in-law hadn't had her haircut for a year. Then she asked me for a pixie. Wow. That's always going to be a lot of work. And it's funny though, isn't it? No matter how well you map out your sections, if you're cutting off that extreme amount of hair, you have to really be diligent, don't you, about the way the hair ends up flopping over your fingers. It can be so heavy at times. It can make really bad finger marks in the hair.
Yeah. Right, so that's the back section done. Nice and easy. And I'm just trying to comb this in so you can see there isn't a gap, because I think that's something that when cutting graduated bobs as well, we end up with a gap that's sitting behind that ear. And all it is just because if we're probably under directing a little bit, where we sort of cut, we've moved our body shape around the head, and then we're sort of cutting here. And if we were to cut that there, you'll see that we'd end up with a gap there.
Yeah.
But because that's over directed back to just to that point, not even over directed to the middle. If we over directed to the middle, we know we are super safe because we're going to have a lot more length through there. But this is just giving us that little bit of leeway in there. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to match up the two sides. I'm then going to blow dry underneath, and James can have a chat with you. I'll refine and then do the top sections.
Good. So when while Paul's doing this, think of any questions you want to ask. Think of any. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be cutting. It can be color. It can be theory questions. Anything you want. Have a little think for a few minutes while Paul puts in this one length before he starts blow drying, so you can get those into the comment section, and then we can move through this blow dry without having to watch Paul just blow dry for a few minutes. Obviously I can fill for England, but it would be great if you guys were also kind of getting takeaways that you have in mind. So good stuff. Roman says, my friend's mum asked me to cut off so much hair. She donated it, but then I cut a Diana and she loved it. The Diana is one of my favorites, one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
Do you believe there is anything that makes hair grow faster? Food, vitamins, or treatments? Good question. I mean, your diet is a big factor when we talk about, you know, the quality of your hair. Whether it makes it grow faster or not, couldn't be sure, to be honest. Not something that I could personally vouch for. I mean, I think I eat a reasonably healthy diet. My hair grows reasonably fast. But I don't know personally. I've heard things, you know, people selling vitamins saying that they'll make your hair grow faster.
Yeah, hair bears and that sort of thing that you see in some places.
I want to either within the Life of Hair or separately want to start a channel. So my hair's thinning. You've probably seen you know, videos of where I've cut my own hair and talked about my thinning hair, and videos where I've styled my hair. You know, it's fait accompli in a lot of ways. My dad had, you know, thin hair when he was my age, I guess, and it didn't really go anywhere. It still had quite a lot of hair when he was like, when he died. It just slowly fell out. My granddad was the same. My mum's side, everyone was bald. Well, my granddad was bald in his early 20s. But I would love to try some of these, you know, remedies and things just to see what they're like, and sort of document the growth, if you will, or not growth, of taking these supplements. Yeah, Paul, tell us what you're doing there, mate, because I see you've just moved on a little bit.
Yeah, so I put the two lengths in either side, and now I'm just going to graduate them back slightly, just to put a little bit of a bevel on them. So I'm just separating it out like this, pulling back, straight back, just until we hit our guide. Just so you can, so you can see.
Oh, hello. Attack.
There we go. Right. So just pulling straight back, and we're just going to be nipping off just those ends through there. We're probably not even going to get anything towards the front.
So Kerry's saying that I love how you're explaining this. It's sinking in, which is superb.
So just pulling straight back to that point where we finished, and then that's just giving us a very, very slight layer or a bit of graduation through there. And I'm doing
that's helping the hair to tuck in, Paul, isn't it? It's helping the hair to curve around the face shape. Bevel is the word that we'd probably use, but bevel I don't think is a universal word. So it's just where it kind of tucks round and under the chin there, and it just helps it to sort of sit in nicely.
Yeah, you can see it's only a tiny bit, but it does help so much just to put in that little bevel. It's just, you see, there's just a tiny bit coming off there, and then pulling this straight back. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to just dry this underneath, and then I'll just refine the perimeter, the outline, and then we'll come back while you guys have been chatting with James, and then we'll do the top.
Good stuff. Roman cringes when he sees the adverts for the old hair loss treatments, but Roman, I'm going to try them. I'm going to give them a go. Why not? What's it going to do? I might die. That'll be it. then they won't have worked. And Pia's saying, Paul, your scissors are long.
Yeah, I just decided I don't normally use these for this type of haircut. I've been doing graduated bobs all day, and I've been using my 5.5s, but I don't know, I just fancied using them.
Yeah, it's nice to change sometimes, isn't it? If you've been using one thing for ages.
Yeah, this is just a bit of the colourful oil, so I'm just going to work this through here, just give it a nice shine. And I'll get this wrap dried. If you want to take me off full screen.
I'll take you off as soon as you start drying. I'll mute you.
Cool. Just get a towel.
Pia says they remind her of barber scissors.
Yeah, I think they're, what are they?
9 inch.
Yeah. I think they're 6.5.
The old classic barber scissor.
They are, yeah. And I did get them for gents, scissor over comb, because they do take it off really quick.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have a long pair of scissors at the moment. But yeah, most definitely. Right then, go for it. I'll mute you. Go. Good stuff. Right then, while Paul does that, we'll have a little chat. Don't forget to put your questions, thoughts, feelings and comment section there. Also, just wanted to mention while Paul's doing this, a massive favor from you all. Down in the description of this video, which is just below, is links to Joyco's YouTube, Joyco's website, Joyco's Instagram. If you could click those links and go and give them a follow or subscribe and just check out their website, it would be enormously helpful to both Paul and I. So yeah, that would be amazing. Even if you do that now and you click off and come back, or click off and subscribe and follow and then come back, that would be amazing. So wonderful stuff. And I'm loving the color, by the way, that Paul's put on there. It looks so nice. Roman says true, that was due to the balding issues products. Pia says 5.5s. I think they're her personal favorite. 5.5s are my personal favorite too, Pia. I think for me, the 5.5 is the do-it-all wonder scissor. I can't have really long scissors because I've got a gap. I don't know if you can see the daylight in between my fingers there. I've got a gap here, which means that the tension between my fingers from the bottom to the top is different. So I can never cut past this second knuckle. So it doesn't matter whether I use 4.5s or 5s or 5.5s really, because the blade on a 4.5 is actually the same length as the piece of finger that I can use to cut hair with. But obviously then it comes to kind of scissor over comb, 4.5s take all day. So I mean, I use 4.5s for years. It was part of sort of, you know, my training. So yeah, I'm still a big 5. I've got some 5-inch scissors. I'm still a big 5-inch scissor fan, but 5.5s are the all-in-one wonder scissor as far as I'm concerned. You don't need tired tonight, so my reading is going to be really slow. You don't need it off, but it would be a great hair transplant for someone in my family got one. Yes, in fact, one of my really good friends had a hair transplant a couple of years ago, and when he was kind of 40-ish, and you know, they filled it in. It looked brilliant, amazing. You know, I cut his hair; it was really good. But now he's losing it here and behind the transplant. So I mean, look, I think for me, when it gets to the point where I just, you know, it's got to go, that's fine. I can live with that, to be honest. I'm not like massively precious, and I'm not particularly worried about losing my hair. Either way, you know, when it happens, it happens. I won't lose too much sleep over it. But while I'm in this kind of position, I thought it would be good to maybe document some of the treatments that are out there, because I mean, I've watched lots of YouTube videos where people have proclaimed to have grown their hair back, some with video evidence. So it would be interesting to try some of those for sure. Sinead, I've been thrown out of the studio. 1 minute, let me go back in. For whatever reason, that just kicked me out. Keep getting kicked out of my laptop tonight. Sinead, I think it's genetic. If women had male pattern baldness, alopecia, and I can't read tonight, so you're gonna have to excuse me. Everyone would accept transplants as a normal treatment. Yes, that's true. Women would, if women had male pattern baldness, transplants would be 10 a penny. You're absolutely right. Can you do this cut with a razor? Absolutely, you can. 100%. I think we've done a razored graduated bob on the channel previously. I've been hearing a lot about collagen for hair growth, so have I. Has anyone heard of success with it? I haven't heard of success. I've seen YouTube videos because I started to look into, you know, who's out there making videos on male pattern baldness and hair loss, etc. And I was looking into, and I think I'm going to do it, was the new hair for men kind of toupee stick-on jobbies. And I was just doing my research, and now I'm seeing a lot of videos about, you know, people going bald or losing their hair or whatever. It's been quite interesting watching what people have done. There's a doctor on there that kind of comments on people's hair transplants, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, for me, it's not a big deal. I'm just interested in terms of, you know, creating content that might help somebody. As always, that's my mission in life, you know, to help people. New fave is Joyco Dream Coat. It's amazing, says Suzanne Silver. Wonderful, Suzanne. Glad you are loving it. I have lent it to a friend of mine to give me her verdict on it, so I'm waiting to hear back from her, actually. Roman Craig says Joel Original Pro for 5.5 to 6. Yeah, great scissor. If you don't know the Joel Pro, really superb scissors. I've had many pairs in my career. Small hands, 5.5s or 6s, says Quill. Did your friend take fine strands or that medicine? I forgot the name. You're meant to take it for life after a transplant. I don't know about that, to be honest. So where he went was in Harley Street in London, which he went to one of the sort of top clinics where a lot of famous footballers have been to have their hair transplanted. And they took individual hairs from the back of his head, one at a time, plucking them out, 2 people. It took 8 hours each side, and then to remove them, and then you go back the following day, and then they implant them into the area of which you've lost the hair. So yeah, I think that's quite interesting. I mean, that's what he had done, and I guess it's, you know, it was interesting. It worked really well, but I don't think he's taken any medication after the fact. So who knows? Karen J, a lot of elderly women who've had hair loss or thinning. Yes, there are quite a lot, actually. There's probably a lot more than we actually think. One of my gents had a hair transplant, and now he's can't have clippers on the back. They took the hair. It's a mess. Really sad. I actually know somebody that had a hair transplant where they used to insert rows, and the top of his head, once it all healed, was like a ploughed field. It was like bumpy. That was pretty bad. That was quite sad. Michael Davies, would the final results look much different if done with a razor? Paul?
Well, yeah, it would look probably a bit softer, a bit more texture to it. If you check out on Joico's Instagram today, you'll see from last night's live that Marcus did a razored mullet / wolf cut / shag, and really, really soft result. And David Murray is also, I know they shared something today, and he razor cut a short haircut, and I think the result is up there. And you can see that it's a much softer result.
Nice. Roman says, if I lose it, I lose it. It's one less head of hair I need to do. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Why can't he thyra? You mean scarring? I think that potentially scarring. Yeah, but as I said, my client had this kind of ploughed field effect on the top of his head, which was not great. He had hair though. Yes, HRT is recommended to help females with thinning hair. So maybe testosterone should be checked in men. Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, well, one of the things is if you have too much testosterone, that's one of the things for
You
thinning,
get
isn't it?
the HGB, don't you? HGB strangles the blood supply. Your mum says she's loving the colour, so shiny. What you don't know, Suzanne, is that next time you go into the salon and Paul's done your scalp bleach, when you go to the basin and you think he's putting on the conditioner, he'll actually be putting this colour on. You'll be saying, Mum, this is a special new conditioner that Joyco has released, and it just stays on for like 20 minutes. So I'll come back over once it's done, and then you'll take you back to the base section, and your hair will be this beautiful raspberry colour.
Passionberry.
It's pretty raspberry though, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see where they're going with the name, but I just said passionate raspberry.
Yeah.
Roman says razors scare me. They used to scare me, Roman, but I'm into them. I got into them quite some time ago, but you know, I know what you mean. When I first started out, it was like that. Felicia, hello, just hopped on. Having to watch the replay. Sounds like an interesting topic. Yes, it's been interesting, Felicia. Paul, where are we at, my friend?
Well, I've just smoothed the sides down. I think I need to smooth the back down a little bit, but I'll do that after.
I love the emoji your mum's put up. Look, Paul, after the idea of chucking that passionberry on.
Don't worry, I won't.
Darius says men are usually really sexy. I'm not sure anyone's going to say that about me when I've got no hair. And I'm not fishing for compliments, so please don't put any in there. I'm just saying. Miss Watts, you will be passionberry next week.
Not well. I've ended my mum's hair on Monday, so 4 weeks.
Even more likely it will be next week.
Yeah.
Maybe we're preempting the future here, Paul.
All I'm doing is refining. We were talking about refining earlier, and it's something that me and James both say we could probably spend months on. It's just something. Looking at all these little hairs, and your mentor, didn't he? He said, if you've got all these little hairs here, you're doing a good job.
Yeah. If you walk past and you saw thousands of little hairs, you'd always say, good work.
Yeah. It's basically, you're just trying to create, perfection, aren't you, really?
I was cutting these two graduated bobs for these tutorials, and I switched the camera off, and then I found myself like refining afterwards off air more than actually when I did the video. But I mean, in the video it was just to show the idea of the technique, and it looked fine for the video. But you know, there's just the refining. It's never finished, is it? I don't know what it is about it. For me, if you're not, you know, I could just go on and on and on. In fact, it would get shorter and shorter and shorter if I was left to my own devices a millimeter at a time.
Well, that's it. I mean, this line I'm putting in now, you sort of look at it, it's quite blunt.
Yeah.
But you can make it blunter. There's just something about it. But yeah, basically that's the shape, and you'll see the back. And this is where I love refining. So I just love softening off all of this. Just getting the tips of your scissors in there and just working it through just to soften off that shape. Yeah. So if you can see that that's softened up. I'll do this side actually, and then you can see the other side. So it already is quite blended.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it's looking great.
Well, the final that you can do is just to polish it right off. And what I did, like you can see the line there, super blunt, but just taken away, just that weight will just melt it together. That more.
Yeah, I like it. It's looking superb, mate. Sarah Jane says we have to use a razor to get cutting assessment on level 3.
Yeah.
Sandy, I knew someone who shaved their head. I'd rather be a bald man instead of a balding man. Very good. Like that. Where are we at? Right then. When I was starting out working in a salon, sweeping up, a client showed me a picture of a Highland cow and a clone me that was the colour and cut she wanted. I thought she was joking and told me, not clone me, and told me it was the colour she wanted. She wanted to look like a Highland cow.
What's a Highland cow? Is it sort of like brownie? Is that what
I'm gonna get. I think it's like one of those quite shaggy.
Yeah.
Coats. Cow. Highland cow. Here we go. I mean, it's quite a strong colour, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice colour, to be honest. It's akin with the modern trend of balayage.
Yeah.
So let's just do a little bit of screen sharing, just so we can see.
Is it about 7N? Is that what we're looking at? Or?
It's more like a sort of 7CG.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like a sort of more of a GC rather than a CG. Here we go, Paul. Look, here's a Highland cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. I mean, superb. Basically, a shag with a 7 GC over the top.
Yeah. Love that.
Love it. It's quite a nice descriptive picture to have, Roman.
Yeah.
Felicia says, I love refining. I use clippers to refine. It's so addictive. Yeah, I mean, clippers are great when you're in the salon. You want to do it at high speed for sure.
I was talking about that today about my barista artista course and how we want to take inspiration from other areas of the world and other industries. And like that Highland cow is exactly it. I mean, I was discussing my next live. So I'm doing another live on the 18th of October for Joyco. And I'm going to be bringing you something with intensities, something that you'll all love and you all do. Well, maybe not all is quite optimistic. It's just I've taken inspiration from somewhere. I don't want to tell you just yet, but it's going to be something really, really popular.
Chocolate. Sinead says, when it's dry, it seems not exactly perfect. My teacher tells me to stop. It's hair. It's never perfect. Well, I mean, I think there's degrees of perfection. Do you know what I mean, Sinead? So you could refine it until the cows come home. Get it? But I think if you're not 100% happy with the shape, or you think you can make the shape a better shape with the advent of more refining, then don't listen to your teacher and just carry on. Kalua says, love it. Felicia says, Roman, that's hilarious. Oh my God. Your mum says, you should know that, Paul. Your Scottish grandparents.
Well, I did. I said about 7N. I was thinking about it in the winter.
You was thinking of the more muted Highland, like the Isle of Skye Highland cow, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Rather than the mainland cows of Scotland.
That is it. Right. So there's the perimeter.
Lovely, mate. It's really, really sweet.
So I'm going to move on to the disconnected piece. Which is here.
Which is the piece that's not connected.
Well, yeah, I mean, that is not connected at all.
This could be a new haircut, Paul. This could be literally like a tail.
Could be, yeah. There we go. The serpent.
Just blow dry that and just leave it.
Yeah.
I used to cut this Korean girl's hair, and we used to disconnect these two pieces that were at the front here, and they were like down to kind of past her collarbones, all the way down here. And she had a very short, kind of round haircut, and she looked like a balloon with 2 strings attached. And we used to like, we were really good friends, and I used to walk along holding one of the pieces of hair like a balloon.
Yeah. Right. So with this disconnected piece, just so you can all see, what would you guys like to see? Because I know this is going to be, it's supposed to be salon friendly, and somebody wouldn't walk around with that, and not that I would give them this either. But in the comments, how disconnected would you like it to be? Because obviously would you like it to be a bit of like a peekaboo? So we could look at the hair length, we could take that to there, we could cut it off, and then I could use that as my guide. So this goes over the graduation. What are we thinking?
Hobus Pobus, or hippopotamus in my world. Oh my God, genius. I want that Highland cow cut and colour now. Gorgeous. I dare you to take that to any hairdresser and just say, I was watching the Life of Hairs live the other day, and they recommended that I have a Highland cow cut. Sure beats the Instagram inspo pictures we usually get. The Highland cow. Love it, Felicia. Yeah, that's a great one. If people start bringing the Highland cow picture into me now, I'm just going to be thrilled. Emphasize on where, friends? Emphasis on where, friends?
Friend zoned. Was the friend zoned with the holding of the balloon hair?
Emphasis on friends. Yeah, were friends. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Maybe like a curtain bang effect, but over the back. We could do that. Felicia, do you guys want me to do that? So it's sort of
a curtain bang at the back. Like short, it would be cool if it was shorter in the middle and it got kind of longer towards the edges. Yeah.
Okay. We will do that. So
right, where we're at. I think the picture was one she had taken on a walk. So it didn't look like a nice clean Highland cow. It was wet and dirty. Right then, Paul, tell us where we're at.
So I'll use what? This is a guide, or I'll put a new guide in? I'll put a new guide in.
I think we go new guide, mate.
All right.
Go new guide.
Half a comb. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're cutting this through here. And then all we're going to do, so there's the new guide. And then what we're going to do is that will act as our stationary guide, and the 2 sides will then come up to join.
So are you going to over direct to the middle or what?
Over direct to the middle, yeah. And then this will give us the edges that little bit longer.
Nice.
So you've got like the curtain bang effect on the back. That's what we're going for.
Paul was thinking Aberdeen Angus. Yes, Kerry. Well done. Saved him from his mum there. Emphasis on work. Yeah, well, actually, Roman, she just moved back to Korea. It was part of the haircut experience, was holding her hair like a balloon. I'm going to take it when you were coming. I'm going to take it to you when you come for my cut, James. Yes, bring the Highland cow picture. That would be fantastic. We'll feature that in a video. That is an interesting cut and blow dry as you go. Maybe like a curtain bang effect. Oh yeah, they've already said that. Sinead, yes, but with swing. I think this is the curtain bang, but with swing.
So you can already see it, just so you can see there. So there's the shorter in the middle, and as we come out to the exterior, it gets longer and longer. So Just a
You
nice
could like
little
brown brush blow dry that and like flick the left side out to the left and the right side out to the right.
Yeah. So if I just so you can all see, so I'm going to get that guide again in the middle to over direct into that middle point.
Good evening, Jennifer. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Don't be sorry you're late. It's no dramas. Thank you for coming. Full stop.
Okay, bringing this. You can see the hair traveling to the middle, guys, yeah?
Yeah. So ever directed to that center section, your original guide, yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then again, you can see that hair traveling. So pulling it into that middle point. There's the guide. Just cut it nice and blunt. And we'll left this a little bit left here. So that'll come over to the middle. There we go. So ending up with that. So yeah, these pieces just can flick out there.
Like it. Time zones are confusing, Jennifer. You're absolutely right. Still get confused with time zones every single week. Is it when Paul and I talk to Joyco, because they're in Europe and they're 1 hour ahead? I don't know why. Both of us are the same. We'll phone each other and be like, "We're talking to Joyco." Yeah. What time is it? Oh, yeah, it's this time. And then Paul will text me and say, "Where are you?" And I'll phone Paul and say, "It's at this time." He'll say, "Is it?"
Yeah, I know. So I thought it was at 8. It is their time. Right. So I've just dropped down these side sections here, and what I'm going to use for my guide now is just this edge perimeter through there. So there's our new guide. So there's just a little bit that needs taking off. So rather than over direct all of this back to here, I'm just going to take it off. So we're going to be ending up with quite a disconnected shape on the top.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
So everything's coming back to the back section that you just cut. That's right.
Yeah, that corner.
The corner, yeah. So the piece of hair that would sit just behind the ear.
Yeah, on that back triangle. So if you can see, this is the bit of
Pierre, yeah, go on. Sorry, go on. You were showing something.
Oh no, so just this is where the triangle was sitting, like through here.
Yeah.
And then you should be able to see that guide there.
Yeah, we can see that, yeah.
So that's just where all it's going to over direct back to. Through there. And still elevating, because elevating creates softness. So we still want it to be soft, but we just want there to be a bit of an internal shape, which is a little bit different.
Nice. Just see what Pia's saying here. Mine has the same length bob, and she likes a lot of height. So the top is about 2 inches long. Crikey. And then the side, then I slide the cut so it's not disconnected. Very difficult to do. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah. How would the client style this the way we would? How would the client style this the way we would? Do you mean blow drying the two parts separately, Roman? Just give us an answer to that one.
Well, I mean, you guys tell us, because you guys decided for us to. Hello, it's Felicia, but you guys have decided that we did this sort of shape through the back. We did a traditional sort of graduated bob through there, but we've just done something a little bit different. And how would you style it? So with us sort of saying that the clients, how would they style it at home? Which is, yeah, we need to advise. But what would you guys do as well in the salon? Like James said, is it a round brush blow dry? Is it wrap dry? Is it heavily? What's the word I'm looking for?
Diffused.
On straighteners. The word.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Relied. Is it heavily relied on straightening?
Yeah.
But you can see here that front hair is just travelling back to that corner just there.
Yeah.
So you can see that's traveling back to there. You should be able to see the guide.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clear as day. Clear as day, Paul. Loving it. Just answer Sinead's question. When is the Elaine Travis chat on, James? It's on this Friday at 9 p.m. BST here on my channel. Elaine's going to come and talk about colour theory and tell us all about her new coaching program.
Right, guys, we're at the fringe now. And what do we want to see?
What do you want from the fringe? Put it in the comment section. Tell Paul how to cut the fringe. What would you like to see? Peekaboo fringe, side fringe, curtain bangs, short curtain bangs, jagged, French bob style, short. What do you want? Let us know. All the options are out there. So, yes, Elaine is coming on. If you don't know who Elaine Travis is, she's fantastic colorist educator in the US. And she's shadowed some absolutely phenomenal hair colorists in her time. She knows Dennis Gebhardt, and she worked alongside a woman that helped Dennis develop Shades EQ for many years. So a very, very knowledgeable hair colorist indeed, and wants to come on and kind of share some of her knowledge with you guys. So don't forget to not miss that one on Friday night. Right then, we've got some answers here. We've got side bang. We've got depends on the density and texture. Probably. Oh no, this was styling. French bob style, says Roman. Side says micro fringe. So we've got a micro fringe, a side fringe, a French bob, which would be short and choppy. Side bang, long bangs. Felicia says, I love her and Dennis. That wasn't what we said. Agree. Side. Short side bangs. We've got more short side bangs than anything else, so that's what we'll go with.
Okay, cool. So I just need to. So short side bangs. What? So you want it to sort of start around here and blend into the length here? Is that what we're thinking?
I think they're looking for quite a short side, you know, short and choppy going across.
All right. So I'm just going to take off.
Jennifer says, I see the time and auto think it's my time zone. Yeah, that's exactly what I do all the time. I used to have a client to kind of do that. My mom had it too. I think that's with the. So Jennifer says round brush blow dry for the styling.
Yeah.
Love the color. Jennifer says, what is it?
Passionberry.
Passionberry. Passionberry. Perfect. Oh, that's it. Chuck it there. Have you had a shape up on your beard today, Paul?
Yeah, I just did it earlier before I started, mate.
Yeah, it looks clean as a whistle. You've cut yourself now, haven't you?
Yeah.
I have an image in my head of kind of a mustache-looking thing sitting in the back of her head. Don't know why.
Mustache-looking thing.
Like a sort of mustache, you know. I can kind of see where he's thinking. Yeah, two sections. Micro fringe, Hobus Pobus. We got the fringe bit sorted. Sinead says, depends on the texture and the density, or density and texture. Probably a GHD number 2 round brush, long side fringe for balance. Is what was said. Where are we at now? Pierre says large round brush.
So all I'm doing with this fringe is just obviously over directing to the opposite side, and I'm just point cutting it in, and then I'm going to elevate, just add a bit of softness to it. Once we've got all of this in.
James says something for an old person who doesn't want to look dull. Look dull.
Well,
This would be perfect then. This would be perfect then, Joan.
Yeah.
This would be perfect.
Right, so you can see
I cut loads of these side fringes on my older clientels.
Yeah, definitely. So you can see that shortish. Do you want to go? Would you go shorter? I'm just going to elevate just so you can see, and I'm going to elevate up, and I'm going to over direct it all the way over to this side. So it's going to put a bit more texture in. So there's the length of our fringe. This would be where I cut to here. You can see the guide there. Then all this was brought here. But now, to add a bit more texture, I'm going to elevate, and I'm going to use that guide, and we're just going to basically take off that back section of the fringe, but pushing it all over to that left-hand side.
This is a good suggestion. It says start with the long bangs and then do all the other bangs, styles of bangs. Good idea. Dawn French fringe, square, boxy. Although she's cut all her hair off, hasn't she, Dawn French?
She has. Now she's grey as well. She went to Jack Martin. Did she go Jack Martin?
I don't know.
I don't know, actually. I know Sharon Osbourne did, but...
Short and disconnected. Is it a true semi, the Passion Berry?
It is a true semi.
So it won't last all that long, which is good. What did Roman say? LOL Roman. Can't see what Roman said. Where's Roman's comment?
I'm just going to put some more. What should I put in? I'll put a little bit of weekend hair. No, zero heat. The thing. I
love zero heat. That's what I've been styling with my hair with for the last week or so.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm so pedantic about what I style my hair with because it's so difficult to get the right product in my hair.
So I'm not going to have a parting, but the hair is going to, as you can see, it is cut in to fall that way.
So Suzanne Silver says, love it. And Felicia says, Roman said the mustache comment. Yes. So that was a good comment. All right, I'll turn you off. Okay then, guys. I keep getting thrown out of the studio. Okay then, guys. So next week we'll be back on on Paul's channel. Sorry. I think next week we'll probably do a kind of Q&A style session. Any kind of theory questions you think of in between then and now, get them written down. We like to kind of alternate these sessions, bit of Q&A, a colour, a cut, a Q&A, just to keep things interesting and, make sure that we get all of the kind of questions that you have or you think of answered. We'll probably pick a topic or we'll put something on our community post in terms of a topic for a Q&A session. And you guys can choose what we kind of start with. Obviously, the conversation will hopefully just roll on naturally and we will talk about all sorts of weird and wonderful things. But apart from that, we will be running another competition again. As of that live, we just need to discuss with Joyco what exactly we will be giving away this time. So we've got a few things to talk about with those guys. So hopefully we'll be meeting them on Tuesday, should both of our diaries work with that. And then we can kind of fully discuss what we'll be giving away in the next episode. So more Joyco goodies coming your way, which is great. Felicia says she loves it. Claude says, wow. Oh, that's smashing. And then have you tried Marina Nia Color Refresh Mask? No, I have not, Roman. Sorry, my friend. Not even heard of it, but I'm going to Google it straight after, based on that particular comment. Sinead says, thanks so much, guys. I don't forget to offer some student training from Joyco. Don't forget to offer some student training from Joyco. Yes, that's a good idea. We will talk to them about all of the particular options. In fact, probably Paul and I haven't sat down and talked about that for a little while, but maybe a good giveaway would be a training session with both of us, Paul. Hey, what do you reckon? He can't hear me right now because he's blow drying, but maybe that would be a good giveaway. If Joyco could help us with that one, that would be amazing. Is Joyco the same price as L'Oreal and Redken? Very, very similar. In fact, as far as I can see, fractionally cheaper than Redken and L'Oreal. I've got the price list not right next to me, but going off the top of my head, I did think that the color prices were slightly cheaper, especially the tint prices. So yeah, that was good. But I mean, I think one of the things for me is that you know, the technology and the ideology is very akin in the way that they think. It's all about keeping the hair strong and building up the proteins, and you know, making sure that the structural integrity of the hair is there. And so for me, that's why it was a really good kind of move, because I really believe in the science of hair. And so yeah, it was very important that I worked with somebody or a brand that was also in that exact same thought process. So yes, I think it is fractionally cheaper straight off the top of my head, but not by a huge amount. That is a massive prize for a student. Yes, it would be a massive prize. It would be a very superb prize. And also, don't forget though, guys, if you want to come and help me on a Monday or a Tuesday when I'm making a YouTube video at my studio, which is nearly every Monday and Tuesday, please get in touch. Instagram. I would love to have you guys come and help me for the day and just hang out and, you know, see behind the scenes, and also, you know, hopefully learn whilst you're there. Let's bring Paul back into the picture and volume back on. Watching all the way from the Philippines. Welcome to the Philippines. I am swooning at the thought of it. Superb. And Pia loves it, which I'm assuming is the color and the haircut, rather than anything else we just mentioned.
Right. Could be you. Could be you.
No, she said love it. Yeah. Unless you know, like I'm suddenly going to turn into the horror film creature that is it.
The cloud.
Yeah, then that's not aimed at me. Felicia says, "Oh my God, I wish I could hang out with you." Bless you. Well, Felicia, maybe one day. I know that you're not this side of the pond, but you know. Sinead says, "I'm Googling Ryanair flight straight away." Totally, honestly, come and hang out for the day. I'll have any of you. You're in England, you're in Brighton, you want to come for the day, come and hang out, make a YouTube video. If you're going to come for 2 days, you know, if I'm making 2 YouTube videos, Monday and the Tuesday, and you want to come both days, then absolutely be my guest. I don't always make videos back to back like that, but sometimes I do. In fact, this week I am. So it could be the case. In fact, you could be the YouTube guest, and I will do your hair for free and make a YouTube video with your hair if you wanted. So that would be fun too. Right, where are we at?
Sounds International?
Sound International, yes. Sound International is in 2 weeks, the 17th and the 18th. So yeah, we will be notifying you all of exactly what's going on there on Instagram, on our YouTube community posts. But yeah, we will be there. So looking forward to kind of catching up with some of you guys if you're around. So that's going to be fantastic. I wish I can in Cleveland. Too many travel restrictions, says Jennifer. Oh, bless you. Jennifer says, I love England. Do the wholesalers sell Joyco? Yes, not like Sally's and Capital, but there are wholesale distribution, depending on where you are in the country. There's Lacey's,
Alan Howard,
and Salon Concepts. are the 3 distributors that cover the country. Lacey's sell online as well, so they've just got like an online website. I don't know if the retail part of that is up and running yet, but hopefully it will be soon. They have more. Sorry, mate.
If you're in America, it is in the sort of what they call Cosmoprof.
Cosmoprof, yeah, is that what it's called?
I'm not sure. But
sounds good. We'll go with in America. The way they distribute things is always so different, isn't it? Yeah. Suzanne Silver says they have more products, mostly deals, than these 2 corps at my supply store. I think that's the comparison between Joyco and Redken, and L'Oreal and Joyco and Redken. Don't tell my Irish and Scottish side, Jennifer says.
If you're in the States, have you, we can't really talk about it, but have you seen Lumi 10?
It's coming out in October here, though, I heard recently. Is that right?
November. There's a couple of launches going on in the next few weeks for VIPs. So they say, but it's not actually launching, and we're not VIP, by the way. We just work with the brand, so we get to try it. But it's launching. Well, in America, it's already launched. Oh no, not in the UK. Sorry, in the Netherlands and in Norway, it's sort of launched a bit of a soft launch, I think. But yeah, it's nowhere to be found here yet. But what about in America?
Yeah, so it's a colour that takes in 10 minutes, 100% grey coverage, 3 shades, NA, N, and NB.
NWB, yeah.
NWB. Yeah, genius. Amazing. Thara, of course you can come. Anybody, any of you, just let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram. You want to come and hang out, make a YouTube video, get your head done, whatever, please let me know. Roma says, would like to try Joyco, but have been trained on Weller and Redken. But at the moment, I have been changing my opinion about Weller. I feel like they've changed the quality. Interesting. Spicy. I think if the disconnection was slightly deeper color, it would emphasize the cut. Love the finished look. Yes, it would be nice if the disconnection was a slightly different color, wouldn't it? That would be very spicy indeed, Sarah. Great suggestion.
Very spicy, yeah.
Very spicy.
Right.
Looking very nice, my friend.
Just going to take off a little bit just there.
That's it. Keep refining that perimeter.
But yeah, there's the disconnection. So you got that.
Good.
So it's not too much.
Not huge, no. It's not huge. Gives it a bit of oomph, doesn't it? A bit of je ne sais quoi.
It does give it a little bit
Which,
of something.
In French is I don't know what.
No.
Gives a bit of I don't know what. No,
I love this colour.
Colour is really nice. I can't wait to see your mum with it.
Yeah, she is going to rock this. Again, just loosening up, like we were saying, like refining. I could cut it all day if I'm honest, just to give it something.
Bit of je ne sais quoi, Paul.
Bit of, I don't know what.
So Peter says it looks great. Sandy says I would love to help you and actually meet you, but a bit difficult from CA. But I'll work on it. Good, well done. Such a shame it's difficult to travel to Britain. It's so difficult at the moment. It's going to get easier though, guys. Come on, let's get positive. It's not going to be like this forever.
We'll be in the States soon. We'll be doing some bits in the States. So
100%. Haircut and colour looks great. Alan Howard by me. I'll pop in. Cosmoprof and Paramount. Oh, Postman Profit and Paramount. Loving that haircut, Paul. Would look so great with a longer piece on the fringe side. Yeah, like a pretty big. It's got quite a long piece there down the old.
There.
Over the eyeball there. That cut is fabulous.
Good.
Don't have any of them in my area. I'll go online. Superb Pia. Very nice. Very nice. Suzanne's laughing, but also probably crying inside. Humidity blocker protective finishing spray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she can now go in the rain and she's waterproof.
Oh, yeah, you want to see the moustache at the back? Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
No moustache.
There's no moustache, yeah. There we go. There it is. There's the tash effect. So you know hair is hydroscopic, which means it absorbs water or anything, any liquid that goes on it or any oil. Imagine hair was hydrophobic after you sprayed that on it. You know, like, so if you sprayed water at it, it just repelled it. Yeah. That would be amazing. Imagine a hair product that just repelled water.
Oh, yeah.
It would. Imagine trying to get it out.
Yeah, washing for days.
It was like, it'd be like a wax jacket. That is lovely, Paul, says Julie P. Michael Davey says, how much time would you allow in the salon to cut and style, Paul? Paul's a speedy hairdresser. He'd have had that done in half an hour.
5-10 minutes. I'm getting used to this camera. Yeah, that way. It's back to front here.
Mirror image. I think with a dummy head, I could cut all day until it's bald. Totally. Kerry says, fabulous. Looks brilliant. 10 out of 10, says Roman. Waterproof, definitely necessary at the moment. 100%. Beautiful, thank you, says Sandy. Great job, Paul. Smashed it as always, my mate.
Thank you. Enjoyed it. I really enjoy these sessions where you guys pick what we do.
Yes. Yeah. It's great. She's getting wider and wider by the minute.
I know.
I like that somehow. That's really wide. It looks like a photo shoot.
Yeah. Here we go.
Superb.
And then just so you can see.
Nice. Look at that, guys. Absolutely killed it. Wonderful stuff. Well, don't forget to join myself and Elaine Travis, or Elaine Travis and myself, on Friday night, 9 p.m. to talk all things colour theory. I'm going to fire some questions at her, and she's going to tell us all about it. She's also going to let us know about her new training program, which I'm very excited for her to be launching. And myself and Mr. Watts will be back next Wednesday for some more HeadUcation powered by Joyco. Next week, over on Paul's channel, we'll be doing some kind of Q&A session, talking all things. We'll also be telling you what new giveaway we'll be launching at that stage as well. And we will have finalised the details of Salon International as well at that point. So big one to come and join us for. The last few comments that have come through here. Love it. Thanks. See you Friday session there. Thanks, guys. Wouldn't like to be the poor junior who had to shampoo that off. That's the waterproof. Imagine it. Imagine saying, yeah, just shampoo that. That would be like when, you know, you work with builders and then they ask you to go and buy a glass hammer. They send you to the hardware store. They say, go and buy a glass hammer, and the bloke laughs at you, and then you feel like an idiot. That would be exactly the same. Thanks as always, guys. Hugely appreciated. Mr. Watts, thank you for your time tonight, sir. Smashed it as always. And we always enjoy sitting watching your therapeutic manner while you smash out some beautiful haircuts and colours. And I will look forward to seeing you next week on your channel.
Oh yeah. So we just check. I was 2 away from 17K.
Oh yeah, Paul was 2 away from 17k before we came online, and he was eagerly anticipating the 17k turnover.
I've had 35 new subscribers, so
there we go. Smashed it while you were live. Smashed it.
Thank you to everybody who does subscribe to both of us and cross-pollinates between us both. It's incredible.
Yes, it is. It's very good. Jamie says loved it. Thank you, Jamie. Jennifer says cool. Wonderful, guys. Heroes as always. We shall see you again next week for another episode of HeadUcation over on Paul's channel, 9 p.m. BST. See you soon.